And welcome, folks. This time we're not coming to you live with the Bearcat Foundation broadcast. We really want to apologize. We we were told that we had a Wi-Fi connection here, and we in fact do not. And we just had a horrible time getting connected and getting out, and just an unforeseen problems here with the broadcast. So we're going to do a recording here. Action, where you're coming here in first quarter action, and the Bearcats are trailing 21-6 with 3:21 left to go here in the first quarter. Booneville has just steamrolled the Bearcat defense for 3 straight scores, and we've gotten them to some third downs, Anthony, but we've not been able to even come close to getting them off the field.
No, you sit out here and look at them, Clint, and you're looking at a ball team across from us that you feel like we win the warm-ups here, Clint.
Yeah, absolutely.
And that defense that they're running is just giving us fits, and the offense too.
Yes. Got Sam Eford. This is our third possession, and Mena scored on their second possession. We basically had a 3 and out on our first, and then came back with really been a predominantly passing attack. You got to say we're about 80% pass right now, wouldn't you, Anthony?
Yes, it is, and it looked like you had a personal foul on Sam, or not on Sam, but Sam caught that for a first, or pretty close to a first down, and they're going to get the first down on the penalty on the personal foul right there.
Once again, this Bearcat offense is on the move for their third possession. Like you say, they are giving us fits. It's with their pass rush, and it's really just individually whipping. You know, their defensive linemen are doing a great job, because if they brought pressure, we've hurt them. Stick it up in there. With Jake Wiles with the handoff.
Good tough run, though, Clint. Yep. What's he going to pick up, about 3 yards on that?
Yeah, but looked to me like we had a pretty good gap there, and he got a little mixed up as to which one he wanted to take. He had an inside or an outside lane and didn't really commit to either one. Ended up hitting his lineman.
If it had busted it right on up that initial inside lane,
either one, yeah,
it would have been pretty good.
Very unfortunate. Well, I say very, getting to 2nd and 7, so got to stick with what got us here, because you're down here in the red zone, and they are. It looks like they're going, look at the screen look right here, and it's covered. It's hard to go back to that screen more than once and get that interior screen right there. That's tough. So you're into 3rd and 7 territory right here.
We turned them loose to get the lineman out of the way, but we didn't go attack the second level and block the linebacker there. Which
that was the outside line. He curved out and sniffed it out. That was the first level guy that ended up bending out there. I don't know if it's the end. Usually doesn't take a screen though, do they?
No,
I could be mistaken. Well, they got a linebacker there at the line of scrimmage. That is a ill-advised pass, to say the least.
But you had 23 right there, Sam Eford, that just
went up high-pointed it. That is big-time football play by Sam Eford, really.
Didn't let the defense get up there and have a chance to go catch that ball, and look what happened. He missed on the tackle, and we walk in for a touchdown. So you've had 2 predominantly passing, really something that we hadn't seen this year, and then you end up really making it happen here. Boy, you know what's coming on this possession. This is a major. We're going to go for 2, looks like.
Going to go for 2, exactly. This is going to Coy House.
Delay of game. Timeout, Mena.
Timeout, Mena. So we ended up avoiding it. So with that,
you got 2:19 left to go here in this first quarter, and we've shortened that lead from 21-6 to 21-12, going for the 2-point conversion here on this play, and we'll see how this plans out after the timeout here. See what he dials up here. And again, we are sorry for not being live.
I know.
And
I'm trying to get on.
But offensively shown we can move the football here, Clint.
Exactly. You want to be the cameraman?
Let me set this up to.
We can do the best we can, folks. If you see this on Facebook, you just have to tell people that we do not have it won't work. It's got to be pinched the other way. That's going to cover the camera. No, it won't. Hey, great deal. Good job, Anthony. Make sure you tell people you might log on to the Bearcat folks that you're watching on Facebook. We're supposed to be on YouTube. This is very unfortunate. I hate it. Drop back pass, 2-point conversion, looking into the end zone, in and out of the hands of Gavin Hooper.
Well, that's one that Gavin's going to come down with most of the time here. So it is going to be 21-12. Did not pick up that 2-point conversion, and we'll see if we can get a stop defensively right here.
What a major series of offense. The last two possessions for this Bearcat offense are really something to behold. We're trying to figure out the camera situation here. We might as well just hold. Well, that'll work. Yeah.
I'd taken it too far, didn't I?
Yeah. We got to figure out how we end up working it out here.
We'll see if we can't talk and chew gum and move this phone around a little bit.
I may end up just holding it because we can end up. But anyway, we're live here on Facebook. And I'd like to thank our sponsors. And our sponsors paid to have this thing broadcast live, and we were unable to make onside kick. It's popped up and perfectly. And I'm doing a bad job of cameraman. You do the cameraman stuff because, well, it doesn't work because I'm not close to the mic on it. But let me go ahead. I'll try to do a better job, folks. I apologize. But if you can, BJ, if somebody, I see you guys on there. If you can, Mandy, you might see I don't know that there's a Bearcat stream where you can notify people that the YouTube feed is down. We're having to broadcast on Facebook Live. We're doing the best we can. The score is 21-12. First and 10, Booneville. Bearcats are trailing 21-12, and Booneville has absolutely just steamrolled the Bearcat defense. They're 3 for 3.
Let me tell you something right here real quick, Clint. We adjusted a little bit from those first 3 series on defense. You have moved Sam back down on the line of scrimmage.
And I know they're running a safety too.
And we just got a 2-yard
loss,
tackle for loss
this
because
is
of
the first resistance that we've put up defensively. Once again, score is 21-12. Bearcat reverse option. Quarterback is hemmed in on the outside right there, and a short 4-yard gain, folks. That's big news because Booneville offense is absolutely just once again has went right through the Bearcat defense so far on their first 3 possessions. We're still in the first quarter, minute 24 left in the first quarter, and it's a 21-12 ball game. But the big story here for as far as good news for the Bearcats is the Bearcat offense has gone through the air for 2 touchdowns. And it really has been an almost exclusive passing offense so far tonight. Option to the right side of the field. This time it's hemmed in, and it's going to be 4th down, Anthony. The defense has awoken. So
the little wrinkle that Coach Bentley has unleashed here has given the Booneville Bearcat offense a little bit of trouble. So it looks like they're going to punt.
One of the things I've said before when Coach Weaver got here, I was just amazed at the stuff he could draw up offensively. And then you got somebody better, possibly better offensively, and Coach Harper and Craig Bentley is the equivalent on the defensive side of the ball. You knew that wasn't going to last, and he does. That's a major adjustment too because we've got safeties in a different position. Is there a flag?
No flag.
No flag. I'll try to do a better job, folks. We got
so that was the first three and out that the Mena Bearcats have given the Booneville Bearcats tonight. So let's see if our offense can hold up and keep chugging along down the field here.
Bearcats offensively have scored on their last 2 possessions. They missed their extra point try and then missed their 2-point conversion on the second. But the story of the game has been the passing game. Their trips to the right. It's 1st and 10, 22 seconds in the first quarter. Max again back to pass. He's got pressure on the outside. Threads a needle right in to
Caleb Peters.
And Caleb Peters is a player.
And they just ripped Caleb's helmet off right there.
Max Montgomery is nothing less than on fire. That's uncomfortable for me to say that, but this has been – we're completing passes on a wild pace here.
But our offensive line has got to do a better job about picking up the slant defensive line. These guys are guys that we should be blocking.
It's not – the pressure's not coming from the blitz, Todd. It is, and for us to still be able to get these shots off like this – and that's the end of the first quarter, folks. And Bearcats 1st and 10, just inside Booneville territory. No, it's just inside Mena territory. And start of the second quarter, the score is 21-12. And I'd like to thank one of our sponsors, Mena Insurance. Mena Insurance, this broadcast is brought to you by me and Anthony by ourselves, but we'll give Mena Insurance some credit for being a sponsor, taking care of your insurance needs for 105 years right here in downtown Mena.
PT ought to be here helping us here tonight, shouldn't he?
He should. Somebody needs to come up here and hold the camera. Gretchen? Oh, wow.
And get your daughter to come up here.
Where is Haley?
Right in front of your wife.
Okay. See if we can get Haley up there. Merle.
Alyssa, can Haley come up here?
1st and 10. It's a toss sweep out to Jake Wiles. He's got some room out to the outside. Runs over a man. Gives up ground. He backs up 2 yards, but personal foul right here. That was a gain of 6, and Jake backs up to a 4-yard gain, but then there's a personal foul right here on the outside, and that's going to be on the Booneville Bearcats. 11:50 left here in the first half. Bearcats trailing 12-21, and that was a rare running play. The Bearcats have gone almost exclusively pass, and
man, what a you hate that Jake gave up the yardage right there, but the Booneville Bearcats were trying to take some hits on him out of bounds.
They really were. And Jake delivered a hit, but then he backed up. So 1st and 10, Bearcats at the Booneville 38-yard line. 11:50 left in the first half. Score is 21-12.
We got that trips up to the wide side right here, Clint. So.
We can't. You can see if he can sign on. You can see if Todd. We've tried all the phones and his. So
you
might try to go down there to Don, see if he can hook onto it. Don's down there next to us. Haley.
You just had a completion to Damon Clark on the outside edge for a good 3-yard pickup there, Clint, and glad to see to get some of these other kids involved to make the defense look at the other guys on the field here.
Absolutely, that's Damon Clark's first catch of the year, and we've also got Jacob Flemons involved, I believe, earlier in the game. Max Montgomery again back to pass. He's got a man stick route again complete.
First down.
And I don't know, Anthony. We have not had an incomplete pass really for the last 2 series other than whenever he's getting rid of it.
Yep.
11:05 here in the first half. Bearcats again moving. Booneville is not having much success slowing down this Bearcat offense going through the air. 10:57 left here in the first half. Bearcats trailing 21-12, but they're on a drive. But the good news is the Bearcat defense held in the last possession, Anthony.
you can't say enough about that, and that's just
you got to get close to the phone because the only sound's going through there. So Max is again back to pass. He's shuffled around looking for space. Got a man, complete.
Jacob Flemings.
And Jacob Flemings has not caught a pass this year, and you're sitting there saying 2 in the first half tonight.
You know, me and you have talked all week long that we've got to get some of these other Bearcats some possessions just to
so
make
you're
the
playing 11 on 11.
So you're playing 11
exactly.
on 11.
I mean,
and now that you're doing that, that's going to open up your Mason Brothertons. It's going to open up your Gavin Hoopers, Sam Efords.
Kind of seeing Max Montgomery get a little bit of confidence in those legs and moving around, being able to shift that launch point. Again, he's back to pass. Decent pocket protection. They got a hold right there. Max Montgomery plowing forward. Going to be a first down, and they're going to call a hold.
It's going to be a hold. They threw it right at the line of scrimmage. So, but I'm glad to see Max put the ball down when he had green grass in front of him.
Lowered his shoulder and went forward, and that's something we needed to have.
Yes.
You know, his dad can say it all he wants, but until he goes and does it, he's going to have to got to make it happen right there.
Got to be willing to pick up that first down when you have to.
Yep. And that changes how the defense can rush you as well. That makes them slow it down. And now you're in, you know, with this kind of offense, though, at 2nd and 16, it isn't as bad of news as it has been in the past.
No, you can.
2nd and 16 here, Anthony. 10-14 in the first half. Bearcats trailing 21-12.
You still got a lot of options here, Clint. And,
oh, absolutely.
You can pick up 7 or 8 yards right here, 6 or 7 yards, and still be in a manageable third down position.
Mason Brotherton in motion. They fake jet sweep. Sam Eford got tangled up right there, and hopefully we cannot afford that.
Looks like he got the feet tangled up together.
Yep. You could tell the coaches that's just something. Watching film, Anthony. I don't think they're going to be able to go vertical against this 3-high safety look. I mean, Booneville is very much covering that deep pass right there, and that's something that Max and this team likes to do. But they're going to have to look at picking it apart just like they have. So looking at the play clock here, got 6 seconds left in the play clock. Max is going to have to hurry. Gets the play off. Quick throw out to the outside. You got Caleb Peters. Needs to make a man miss. He does not. It is going to be a gain of about 4. It's going to be 4th and 10. And, Anthony, you got a good shot at this. You're definitely going to be going for it. There's not even a question.
No, it's not a question. And you had you had too many guys for the receivers there to pick up blocks for.
Mm-hmm. Don't know if we have one too many players. You got too many. Yep. 9:16 here left in the first half. Again, Bearcats trailing 12-21.
Looks like they're going to maybe give Sam a little tape job over there on his.
Max drops back to pass. It's a screen, perfectly timed out to Jaden Felix. Felix is still on his feet. He has enough. Looks like he's close to a first down, and he's got it. He has got the first down.
You know, that's your sophomore right there.
They are waving it forward. That's a sophomore, Anthony.
That is
absolutely incredible.
You know, we had him over at the house the other night, Clint, and you know, he was sitting there going, man, he is so nervous about being on the field right
here. That
is
a football player right there, Anthony.
Stepping up and being a ball gamer.
Absolutely. 8:51 left here in the first half. Bearcats are threatening. This is 3 possessions in a row. Sorry.
and you can't forget, Clint.
Choked on my rib, Anthony.
2nd and 16.
2nd and 16.
And then 3rd and 14.
In the pocket, puts it up in the end zone. Gavin Hooper, touchdown.
Nope.
Out the back. Did he bobble it or was it out the back?
He
bobbled it out the back. That's another. I don't know who that was.
Hooper.
Gavin Hooper. Gavin Hooper doesn't come down with it right there. Very unfortunate. Another drop.
Just get up there, go up and high point the ball.
21-12 here. Now you're at 4th and 10. Ball's at the 10-yard line. Bearcats have answered the last 2 scores. The Bearcat defense came up with their first stop of the game late in the first quarter and mounting another drive of their own. Max back to pass, looking in the end zone. Gavin Hooper again with a drop. 8 minutes left in the first half, fourth down. Max Montgomery lays it right in there for Gavin Hooper, and Gavin is just in a slump right now.
I tell you what, Gavin's gonna think about that on the sideline. That's one he wishes he'd come down and hit him right in the hands.
Yes, you might try it, Haley. Go ahead. Oh yeah, show it. Yeah, it's fine. 21-12, Bearcat turnover on downs, and big possession here, Anthony, because you're keeping it, in striking distance. It is a 2-score game, but you've been trading touchdowns with them here since that big flurry to open the game. Bearcat defense made some adjustments, and they were able to come up with a stop. We'll see if they can here again. Again, that reverse, and again, got a Booneville Bearcat loose in the secondary. It's a foot race, and this is going to be 90-yard touchdown run, and that's just a simple reverse.
And we had opportunities to get him down right there. And Clint, I'm going to say it one more time. This small, really relatively small Bearcat Booneville team. They just blocked to perfection right there.
They did. And they're just winning. They're winning and by a big margin most of those battles. They talk about football being a game of blocking and tackling, but that's what Booneville does. But snap is up, and it's mishandled. They got a fire call right here. And they got a man in the end zone. Unbelievable play right there. Booneville comes out of that after a bobbled snap and gets the 2-point conversion, and they have 29 points here with 7:52 to go in the first half.
And we had 3 or 4 Bearcats right there on top of them, Clint.
Absolutely. Just got to play tough right here. 7:52 left to go here in the first half.
After that touchdown, I just realized that Sam was still over here on the table getting his ankle taped up.
That's something to, if the Bearcats are going to be able to trade, as in the Mena Bearcats, if you're going to be able to trade punches, you got to have Sam to go along, be that complement on the other side with Mason Brotherton. And it's not like you can't do it without it, but you got to have that guy with those sure hands. And, the last possession, you think about it, that's laid in somebody's hands twice in the end zone, and both of them dropped. Score is now 29-12 with 7:52 left here in the first half. Kick is deep, and it's going to be Jake Wiles with the ball. Jake's searching for an opening, bouncing it out to the outside. He's looking at a one-man to beat out there, pushes him off. That looks really cool, but it doesn't really do anything. When you stand somebody up and push them off, you can't really get moving forward because it kind of pushes him backwards.
Still got to be running downhill.
Got to be running downhill, and he actually ends up losing about 3 yards after that. Bearcats will take over on their own 27-yard line. If they're going to trade punches like this, they got to get this one in. It's like a heavyweight fight where both teams are just wailing on each other. Bearcats move the ball down the field. Their last 3 possessions really move the ball at will through the air.
And just come up empty. Had the ball in the receiver's hands there.
Twice. Got trips at the top of the field. I don't know what happened. Might be a delay game. That is a delay game. I believe it is. Delay a game, to open a possession right there.
Almost like they didn't reset the play clock there,
Clint. That's weird. 1st and 15, 7:39 left here in the first half. Bearcats trailing 29-12. Score doesn't show it, but it's been a barn burner. The Bearcats have moved the ball up and down the field. Again, another pass. What a great, a little bit outside right there, but it was definitely a catchable ball. It's put right in there. It's going to be 2nd and 15.
If that had been a completion, that had brought up 2nd down and about 3, Clint. And
if you heard the coach's comment up here, it reminds me of Jim Carrey in Liar Liar when he gives out his legal advice.
When he can't say, when he can't tell a lie.
Stop breaking the law. It's obvious what the problem here is. We got to catch the ball. 2nd and 15 here with 7:33 here in the first half. Bearcats are trailing 29-12. This looks like a screen, but it's not. Looking at Mason Brotherton. Mason stops running. Why on earth did Mason stop running right there? Max saw him kind of breaking and put it up there as a challenge, and Mason stopped running.
Just quit. But, they're Booneville.
They might be gassed. They might be gassed right there.
No,
Mason just stopped running right there after about 25 yards. You could tell Max was waiting for him to get even there and tried to lay it in the hole, and it was intercepted. It's been really the first interception.
Had two deep safeties back there trying to guard off our deep seam route.
But you're putting it up there to challenge. You don't expect the guy to stop. 1st and 10, ball at the 40-yard line. They got the chains going the wrong way. Going to be a gain of about 6 on the play. That's not good. This Booneville offense makes their living gaining 4 yards at a time, but they're getting them in large chunks this game. 6:57. Second and 4 right here. Bearcats trailing 29-12. Option to the right side of the field. Looks like he has a seam. Darts in and out, and he is so fast. This young quarterback here for Booneville just seems like he's taken 2 steps for every one of the Bearcat defense.
We look like we played that pretty good on the outside, but we just got to have that. We got to have that linebacker in there to make that play.
Looks like Jamel Holloway or something out there, doesn't he? It's a big. Call that a 25-yard gain.
And he's a little bitty dude, isn't he, Clint?
He is hard to spot. Ball's down at the 17-yard line. 6.5 minutes to go in the first half. Bearcats are trailing 29-12. Bearcats are stopped on their last 2 possessions, and the Bearcat defense has only been able to generate 1 punt out of this Booneville offense. And again, we got a timeout. I'd like to thank one of our sponsors, Sterling Machinery. Sterling Machinery started 1972 when Grandpa decided he was selling machines and decided that he wanted to open up a machine shop. And Bob Martin took it from there, and the rest is history, as they say, Anthony.
Outside of having his son involved in it, it's
going really good. It's going really good. Other than that, exactly. Legendary Bearcat Eric Martin. He super happy to have them on board for their broadcast. And once again, folks, we really do apologize because the live broadcast isn't working other than the Facebook, and that's unintentional. We just have not been able to get out with the Wi-Fi, and for some reason we can't hotspot off of a phone. And
it's almost like they got a internet blocker up here.
It is really weird because even the Bearcats end zone camera system, it's a local area network, and it's not working properly, or they had a hard time getting it hooked up, and then we just have not been able to make it happen. Okay, 1st and 10, Booneville, the Bearcats 16, 6 minutes and 17 seconds left in the first half. Booneville is leading 29-12. Bearcats in great position. Sam Eford turns it back, and still going to be too big of a gain. It's not. It's going to be about
pick
3.
up about 2.5, 3 yards there, Clint. So, I mean, that right there is what you hope to do with this offense. String it out a little bit.
The weird thing about it is, though, Anthony, when that gets down here, they got 4 downs. So you do. Even I can do that math. 2.5 times 4.
Well, you got to get them. You got to get a negative play eventually.
Yep.
You're not going to get it all time against this offense the way they run it.
2nd and 7. He's quarterback keeper. He's getting out to the outside. What a block. That wide receiver got a block on Caleb Peters, and what a great play by who was that?
It was Coy that ended up making the tackle, but, you had Sam right there that took on the block, and they were reading off of him, and he was able to string it out, and Coy came behind and made the play. That's you can't dial it up any better than that right there.
That's exactly what you need. That's that stop, lost yardage stop play that you're talking about. 3rd and 7, so you're getting them behind on the count. Got to keep it up. There's not many wrinkles in the Booneville offense, but this might be where they get one of them. No, they go short side of the field.
What a play by Chris Bollmeyer.
Chris Bollmeyer comes off the block.
Of the receiver block, and he just basically like a little calf roping right there and just slung him to the ground.
4th and 7. You almost feel better about this than you do a touchdown when you can finally, if we can show some signs of life defensively and slowing them down. Booneville scored on all but one of their possessions so far in the game. 4:57 left here in the first half. They better not call that because they've let Booneville get away with that 3 or 4 times.
Yeah,
4th and 7. Looks like Booneville's going to kick. They were just trying to draw us off sides, weren't they, Anthony? So 4:57 left to go in the first half. What sponsor do you want to thank, Anthony? You take over. Say it into the mic. Say it into.
Well, we'll thank Baywatch Car Wash. They're off of Mora. And the U-Lock-It Storage.
U-Lock-It Storage. We have Mr. U-Lock-It Storage right down below us here.
Because Baywatch Car Wash takes pride in your ride.
That's exactly right.
As you drive through it.
4:57 left here in the first half. Bearcats are trailing 29-12.
And I guess with doing
what did you promise U-Lock-It Storage to get them on board, Anthony? I don't know how he fell for that, whatever load you sold him.
You keep telling me every week that we leave them stranded. So
okay, that's right. 29-12, Bearcats trailing here. But the big news is you've got to stop.
And offensively, we got to get back on track and completing the passes that we've.
Looks like they are going for it here. 4th and 7. They're lined up here to go for it. If there ever was a time you might get a pass. It's a reverse out, and it's a toss sweep. They're looking to the outside. They've got him hemmed in. That's a block in the back.
They're not
going to call it.
But it's
how do you not call that? Am I wrong?
No, it was.
Phillip, that's a block in the back? Wow.
Defense but did a perfectly played job right there, Clint.
Great job there.
Strung that out. So what if you give up a yard or two? You just can't give up 6. So
big round of applause. This crowd needs to give that defense a round of applause because they have been shell-shocked, and then they end up coming up with a big stop right there. Now what we've got to do is see if we can't catch some of these balls. 4:49 left here in the first half. Bearcats are trailing 29-12.
As the offensive line, I'll being an old offensive lineman myself, Clint, they've got to do a little better job about picking up these little quicker D linemen that are just kind of shooting gaps on them.
Jaden Felix.
What a tough run.
Great tough run right there, and that is what the doctor ordered because we can't let these guys continue to pin their ears back and go after Max like that, and that's what slows it down. 2nd and 5. So it scores 29-12.
Your playbook's wide open here at a 2nd and 5, Clint, and the ability to pick up that big 5-yard gain on first down. The offensive line did a good job, and Jaden did the rest of it.
It's huge, and Max is probably working on 20, 21 throws here already in this game, and you got to try to get some positive yardage on the ground. It's time Max drops back. He's got a man. That's a stick route. That's Jacob Flemings. Needs to go down right there.
Going to be a first down, though.
Yeah, going to be a first down. And that's a routine play that's super safe, and it is a shotgun shot right there in his face mask. And we can run that all day, Anthony.
Well, by doing that too, Clint, you keep doing that several times, and what it's going to do, those safeties and stuff are going to cheat up on that. to not get burned on a 5-yard stick, and then we're going to burn them down the middle of the field.
Down. Max back to pass, looking down the seam. That is Sam Eford with a big-time catch. You've seen some of them laid in the gut, and we drop them, and then that is a laser shot that's about a foot too high, and he goes up and grabs it. They stopped the clock to move the change.
At the end of that play, too.
It might have got – 2:15. Wow. That is unfortunate. 2:15 left here in the first half.
So the
unsportsmanlike against the Bearcats. That after the first down, but that backs off. You lose the
I'd like to know
yardage.
What was said other than.
I'm sure he just said yippee, Anthony.
Yeah.
That had to be it. I think I read his lips. He said yippee. 2:15 left here in the first half. 1st and 10. Bearcats with the ball on their own 40. Trailing 29-12, but the offense has been on fire. We have had a hard time generating stops. We hadn't been able to put them away. 2 drives stalled out in the red zone. Max Montgomery back to pass. Has to get rid of it there. Max looking for Mason Brotherton and not able to get it. That was a flood route concept right there, and it looks like Booneville has switched to a man-to-man, and we've not seen them do that at all.
If we should be able to attack that if they stay in that, though, Clint.
Of course, you're right here at the end of the half, but that really opens up that outside running game when you get them turning and running. Spread formation here. Got Mason Brotherton in the slot right here, and I believe we've still got Sam Eford at the other slot. Bringing heat right here, and it's a screen. Perfect timing. Jake Wiles still on his feet, heading to the secondary. Got a man to beat on the outside. Amazing speed. Big gain there by Jake Wiles. Well-timed screen. That's nice to see.
Well-timed screen. Good blocking out there in space. And he's able to fight through for a big screen pass.
We've seen the defensive lineman running free back there, so it's hard to decide when it's an actual screen and when it's just the Booneville Bearcats. Those purple uniforms are going squirting through there. They're not big either, are they? Minute 37, 1st and 10. Bearcats with the ball on Booneville's 25-yard line. Got 3 seconds on the play clock. Max is giving ground. He throws to the outside, and it's Jacob Flemings just in and out of his hands right there. Another drop for the Bearcats.
He was looking to try to run with it before he secured it there, Clint.
It's okay. He's got to forget about it because I got to go back to him. Minute 20. 29-12 right here. Jacobs played a good game here tonight. You got to take that one bad play and not make it turn into 2.
You got to be able to file that back and don't even bury it. Don't even think about it.
Trips at the right on the right side. You got Brotherton and Eford right next to each other. 2 minutes and 10 seconds. He flips Jaden Felix to the other side for the protection. He floats it out to Mason Brotherton, and he is hit right as the ball got there. Max contorted his body and laid it right there in the hole. Mason got his hands on it, but it was a bang-bang play. It looked like it might have been a little bit early.
Little lucky that that didn't bounce up just a little higher and had two more Bearcats back in behind.
Something we talked about before the game, Anthony, is those pop-ups are going to be picks in this game.
So
minute 12, your 3rd and 10 right here. Minute 12 and a half. Bearcats at the 25-yard line. You got 3rd and 10 right here. The big obstacle here is the next 10 yards. Got one timeout. Max is back to pass. He reverses out, and he gets caught on the ankle for the sack. First sack of the night, and it is at a very bad time. Had a loss of about 12 on the play. He almost spun out of it and got his hand down, didn't he?
Yeah, believe that came off the right guard. He just got whipped at the line of scrimmage for the Mena Bearcats, and that's going to bring up fourth and 20?
Be 4th and 20 here with 40 seconds left in the game. The clock is running. We still got one timeout, Anthony. I don't know. Caleb Peters is a kid that comes up big, or Sam Efer going down the seam there. He's looking at Caleb Peters, and he's aiming for the end zone. He's got a man right there. Tried to drag his feet. Might have been a little long out the backside, wasn't it? So on 4th down, laid out there, you're within about a foot of making the big play with 18 seconds. And, boy, what a valiant effort this first half offensively for the Bearcats to only have 12 points.
It's offensively they're doing some good things. They're just kind of shooting themselves in the foot.
Bearcats, you look at the way they move the ball for only 12 points, and you look at it, the defense can get rolling, maybe generate some stops. You're really, it's just a 3-score game, 17-point deficit. Great play by
interior
Logan
defensive
Yang.
line right there just took away that midline.
Logan Yang with a great play, and that's going to be the last play of the first half.
So, Clint, with that being said, we did some really good things in that first half.
Absolutely.
But we can't shoot ourselves in the foot with those big run plays that we're giving up.
And the offensive drops.
We got to catch those short. That's going to be our run game in this game. We got to catch those.
And you think about the offensive production, we've probably doubled our yardage total for the year in this one half. I mean, we've been up and down the field 5 times. What's that? Yeah, you just leave it on. And we got 20 minutes.
Probably ought to give a couple more
here.
Of our sponsors if you can remember.
Go for one of them. We need to go get our.
We hadn't talked about shelter insurance with Talissa Montgomery.
Let's do all the nepotism here. Shelter insurance, Talissa Montgomery. We got to be nice to her, or we don't get a ride home.
Even though she spilt her Sprite on the way up here in the carpet.
She spilt her Sprite on the Suburban. Unbelievable. Shelter insurance for all of your life, home, and auto needs.
And Don's Easy Pay.
Don's Easy Pay, that's right.
Getting them on board. Last week was the first week they got slated to come on in and go see them for your appliances and couches and chairs and good boys down there.
Great guys. 11 locations. About to open up one here in Booneville, right?
They're going to have one open up here in the year 2021.
If somebody happens to be watching from Booneville, you're going to have a Don's Easy Pay here. A great group of guys, good community partners.
With who else are we missing? Smith Pallet.
Anthony has promised to double the pallet sales of Smith Pallet. So if you need a pallet, even if you don't need a pallet, go get one.
Hey,
Brian, can you have them bring me the sponsor cards? Like to thank our friends Brodix Cylinder Heads. Brodix manufactures high-end racing cylinder heads and blocks, intakes, all kinds of racing products. And like to thank them for being a part of it. Also like to thank Christopher Thrillkill, Arvest Wealth Management. You can see Christopher Thrillkill at Arvest for your 401k, IRA, all those acronyms. Also like to thank Gentry Chevrolet. Gentry Chevrolet, located in DeQueen, is your area Chevrolet dealer. Like to thank them. This is their first year on board. Also like to thank Union Bank of Mena, your only locally owned hometown bank. Always there for us, Union Bank is, Anthony.
Absolutely. Cooking burgers and shaking hands and Slapping babies.
Slapping babies, exactly. That's what needs to happen. Maybe even loaning some money.
They might even loan a little money.
I bet they do. Who else, Don? Also like to thank University of Arkansas at Rich Mountain. The Bucks. Lots of great things going on at University of Arkansas at Rich Mountain. You can continue your 4-year degree right here in Polk County, continue your educational opportunities. Great things going on at University of Arkansas at Rich Mountain other than the administration.
Yeah, Dr. Philip Wilson's been up here elbowing me this whole first half.
We are fighting.
Saying I'm getting into his
we are fighting
radio
for real
space
estate
and,
up here with the University.
I may end up having to body slam.
That's right. That's right. Great things going on. That beautiful on-campus housing and is absolutely amazing. And then, of course, you've got opening night for their baseball facilities. And not their baseball facilities, but the baseball team had their opening night. Was that Wednesday, wasn't it, Philip? And absolutely, first fall baseball game. And
come out and watch them. They're going to be playing at Mena Bearcat Union Bank Stadium.
That's right. Also like to thank the folks at Mena Ford. Mena Ford, located on Highway 71 North in Mena. Come see Anthony and the folks at Mena Ford. He loves the cars so much, his last name is E. Ford. Go by and see him for the complete Ford lineup.
And we need to get NIDEC in here before
Absolutely,
we start.
Yeah. Boy, Jim Stroop will get on to me, won't he?
That's all right.
Love to thank NIDEC. Been with us from the very beginning. NIDEC Motors is a huge part of the local economy and culture. The culture of Polk County. When you think about Mena, you think about manufacturing, and a lot of that stuff came from NIDEC Motors. Also like to thank State Representative John Maddox. John Maddox serving Polk, Scott, Montgomery County.
We keep adding some of these sponsors. It's going to be tough to get them in a half, don't we?
You are doing a heck of a job of just making up promises, Anthony, getting these sponsors on board left and right. They keep falling for it, whatever you're saying, man.
Hey, they got to get our pay stipend, don't they?
That's it. You're earning your burger. That's what it is.
Entry fee into the game.
That's what it is. I'm trying to hold. I'm probably making the folks sick at home. We lost Haley Montgomery, our camera person, and I'm trying to hold it myself there on the camera on the scoreboard. Score is 29-12. Anthony, really, you when you look at this thing, it looks. If we generate some stops, we can definitely get in this thing in a hurry. If you can keep on maintaining this offensive pace.
Offensively, we've shown that we can move the ball up and down the field.
We're moving the ball up and down the field. We're just not scoring.
We just got to. We've got to catch the balls when we get down here in the red zone and quit shooting ourselves in the foot.
Absolutely.
And defensively, the nature of the beast, you're going to give up a big run, but you got to try to limit that so that you can stretch them out. And defensively, when we've done that, we've come back with a good offensive drive ourselves. We just had a couple drops down here and turned it over in 4 downs. And
so Booneville has 6 possessions here in the first half, and they score on 4 of those.
Yes.
And then you also had an opportunity on a botched
2-point conversion.
Extra point that they turned that into a 2-point conversion. It really was just poor execution right there because the Bearcats had the guy surrounded and really kind of let the leaker come out there and get into the end zone for another 2-point conversion. Of course, Booneville went for the other one. And we did have a blocked extra point there early on.
Yes, we did.
13 minutes left here for halftime. You're watching the Booneville Bearcat Marching Band. Of course, the Mena Bearcat Marching Band is not able to make the trip here tonight. So
I think I heard they're going to maybe make the trip for just the conference games.
Really? Okay. Mm-hmm. Okay. On the road?
On the road.
Okay.
So with that, let's sign off for just a minute.
Yeah, we got to go take a break.
Get a little drink in us, and that way we can
come
back and be ready to rock and roll for the second half.
Yes, sir. Sounds like a plan. We are actually live on Facebook, and that's unintentional, folks. We're supposed to be live on YouTube, and there's just a massive problem here with the internal network here at Booneville, or LC.
Put the ball where it needs to be most of the time.
One thing that we is it do Bearcats ride a train? I mean, what's the point in that?
Just to irritate the commentators.
It is? Okay, that's what it is. I didn't know if a Bearcat is something that rides on a train or what the point of that is. But anyway, Bearcats will get the ball here in the second half, trailing 29-12. Second half action is about to start right here.
I know you have, but I've been fielding text messages all halftime about.
Well, I can't really because Haley Montgomery has my phone. She did that until I got her own phone, and then now she took it again. It's Haley Montgomery's actually filming for everybody there at home. And you didn't want your name on it?
Keep getting distracted.
Okay. Booneville is about to kick away here. Kick is away. Looks like it's coming towards out of bounds. Bounces towards Wiles. What on earth was that?
Almost like he's hurting.
It's almost like he's hurting right here, and that's a bad loss. It looks like he's stiff. He's holding his abdomen there. That's very strange.
He
Boy.
definitely tweaked something.
He steps out of bounds at the 15-yard line. That's tough because that was definitely he had enough space to be able to return that out about 15 more yards. Instead, Mena is going to take over at their own 15.
So he had Ed kind of looking at him right there, and Coach Sandifer also.
Max back to pass, quick throw out to the outside. Gavin Hooper catches it. Gain of about 9 on the play. It's a speed out right there. Right, it was. Got a friendly spot, I think. 1st and 10.
Them giving a 10-yard cushion right there, that's something that we should be able to pick up pretty easily.
Ball is placed right into a window. I don't know about how easy that is, Anthony. I want to see you go out there and try that.
I'm talking about the soft coverage.
11:54 here in the third quarter. Got 2 backs in the backfield. This time we hand it off to Jaden Felix. Nice gain right there.
You talking about
that's a game changer.
Knocking somebody backwards. You had Coy House in there leading the way for Jaden Felix right there, and the Booneville Bearcats don't want to see a whole lot of that. But
nope.
Clint, we did forget one.
No, I got him.
Oh, you did get him?
Yeah,
okay.
You ran off. You're going to the concession, goofing off at the concession stand. I hit Christopher
I had to go to the bathroom back at the tree heck here.
IRA, stocks, bonds, and annuities. Max Montgomery drops up to the right, got pressure right in his face. Really didn't have a chance there. They closed it in all around.
Offensive line is on skates right there and just getting right back into where Max is supposed to be dropping back and having a little pocket to run in, to set up in, and he's not having that.
You lost the 7 yards we gained on that first down run. It's 3rd and 10. 10:40 left here in the third quarter. Spread formation. You got cover 0. There's no safety back. Quick throw out to the outside. Gavin Hooper really rounds that thing off out there. You wonder if he's supposed to go to the sticks. That's what Max was aiming for, and Gavin runs that about 3 extra yards out there.
Well, I think he actually had to get rid of it a little quicker than what he needed to.
Booneville has dialed up some sort of a blitz on the outside edge, and that's their answer here for the second half, and it's worked. Austin Rose, the left footer, puts that thing up. It's going to be high and short. It's going to take a big Booneville bounce, and that thing's going to net 10 yards.
Austin's first punt for all 3 games to this point has not been a very good one, but he's
He comes back with spectacular, doesn't he?
After
that first
it really
punt.
gets good.
Yes.
But as offensive linemen, they can't be on their skates. They can't be giving up 4 yards into Max's face there. They've got to come out and hold their ground.
Immediately getting pressure right up in his face, and that's a rollout too. Normally you're applying balls on the ground, and they pick it up, and he's off to the races. We had a ball on the ground, and he picks it up, comes around the end, and that's a big gain there by the Booneville Bearcats. Got to come up with a stop here. Get the ball down to the 15-yard line.
You know, and that's where our defensive line is just not getting the push that the Booneville Bearcats are getting on their defensive line.
They are not. 1st and 10 here for Booneville. 10 minutes left here, third quarter. Scores 29-12. Option to the left. They give it to the fullback. Big hit, but it's still a big gain of about 8 or 9, maybe even a first down. And that was just that triple option football, and they gave it to the fullback.
And Gavin came up and laid a lick on him, but not till he picked up the.
It's 1st and goal. Ball on the 5-yard line. Mena has made some valiant stands here at the goal line. See if they can't do it again. They work in the middle of the field. Looks like a big gain of about 4 on the play. It's going to be 2nd and goal from
about the 1 yard line.
1 yard line. Look, they got 5 right there.
About
or 4. 2nd and goal.
We got to get a bigger push from our D line right there, Clint.
9 minutes here in the third quarter, and Booneville is threatening again to extend that lead. Quarterback turns up, and it is touchdown Booneville.
You know, the Booneville Bearcats came out and got a stop on Mena in their opening drive, and they marched it right down the field and scored.
Absolutely. That's, did not expect to see this as far as defensively for the Bearcats. It has just been right at the line of scrimmage, really, hadn't it, Anthony? Scores 35-12 now.
I thought I saw the right tackle move for Booneville, but
extra point attempt. Kick is up, and it's good. Brings the score 36-12. The Booneville Bearcats lead Mena 36-12.
So Jake Wiles is still staying off the field here, Clint, and looks like they're going to take Austin Rose back here and in the kick return, Austin and Caleb Peters.
That's big news on both sides of the ball, really, because you really need him that safety spot as well if you're going to hope to slow this thing down. Jake Wiles is one of the more physical Bearcats. Thank another one of our sponsors here, Mena Insurance. Brought to you, tonight's game is brought to you in part by Mena Insurance Agency for all of your insurance needs. 105 years, downtown Mena. Austin Rose with a nice look here is heading upfield, gets it out to the 28-yard line. Didn't want to give up right there. Is trying to turn it up.
He was wanting to, trying to fall right in behind his blocker of Mason Brotherton, which was on a man, just trying to fall in, make him lose him, maybe squirt out on the backside. So
right here is something where you're going to have to figure out a way to protect Max. Either it's the shorter passing game or somehow do some sort of an adjustment because
like to see Max getting his offensive lineman's face right here and say, "Come on, let's pick up the pace right here and let's stay on our man."
looks like it's cover 0 here for Booneville. They have no safety, and they are almost playing exactly like Hot Springs did. Unbelievable. Flag on the play. We might get it bailed out there with a delay of game. That's the only audible, folks, that we have as far as that's a call by the quarterback, and that's a pop. And I don't really want to say what that is, but anyway. And Max is audibling right there, and I guess Jet thought he heard the snap count. Very fortunate. Play action, hit Mason Brotherton, and he goes down. Boy, you'd like to see him stay on his feet right there. Nice gain, though. Gain of about, looks like he's just about 5, wasn't it? Maybe 7, 8. It's going to bring up 2nd and 7.
Just kind of filling the void right there. But that's the passing game that we can do all the way down the field if we'll just do it, Clint.
I see that look of disdain from my daughter about my math abilities right there. I think she's kind of ashamed. 8-11 left here in the third quarter. Max Montgomery with the snap. Giving ground. It's a tunnel screen to Jacob Flemings. Jacob Flemings holding on to the ball. First down. Gain of about 10 on the play. Jacob Flemings with his 5th catch of the night.
Just great setup by the wide receivers. And
absolutely. That's a tunnel screen, and it's really worked well here tonight so far. We've got to have a substitution there. It looks like Trey Day is coming out. Your left guard's having to move out the left tackle, and then it looks like Cameron Twiller. Quick throw out to Gavin Hooper. Gavin Hooper makes a man miss. Stiff arm out at about after 10 yards.
What
gain
a block.
of about 15.
Sam, or if you go back and watch that replay there, Clint, Sam just annihilates Gavin's guy.
The guy right there on him, wasn't it?
And just took him out.
That's what makes this offense work. You've got to have good play on the outside right there. What you're doing here, you think by lining up close to the Bearcat, you're taking away the short stuff. But actually, since you're in man-to-man in that look, it really makes the screen game tough to handle. Boy, he's got Sam Eford out there. Sam with the catch. Needs to make a man miss right there. Almost does, and that's what you're looking for. Boy, you watch big boy football.
And they're going to be a personal foul on the Bearcat Booneville. That should be a 15-yard penalty right here.
We'll see if they give it back to us. And that's the guy to take it.
And that's about Mason, a 4-yard gain right there.
4-yard gain by Mason Brotherton. I don't know that you don't call that again. Great job by Mason showing that strength. 6:13 and counting here in the third quarter. Scores 36-12. I need to stop saying that, don't I, Haley? Spread formation. Boy, it's cover 0 with no help over here on top of Mason Brotherton. They're bringing the heat. If Max could get a little bit of time, it's going to be a touchdown. Max delivers it into the end zone. Jaden Felix put that thing up in the air. Really, ball was placed right on kind of in the only area Max could have put it there.
That was the referee back there in the end zone could have called a pass interference on that.
A little bit early, but a lot of times you're not going to get that in high school. Jaden Felix is down, and that's another one that we can't afford to lose.
Oh, that's Sam.
Sam? Wow. That was Sam Eford going up for that thing. I was wondering why Jaden would be running across. That makes more sense. That makes a lot more sense.
I think he just got the air knocked out of him right there, but he went to try to high point that and just
they got to get him. They got to get him back out there because you're at 2nd and 10. They got to come up with some points right here. 5:49 here in the third quarter. We got a timeout. must be an official timeout here, some sort. Not really sure what's going on.
Well, we took one, Clint.
We did?
Yep.
They still showed 3, so I didn't know. I was thinking it might be a TV timeout, that we'd really moved up in the world, Anthony, and we got a TV timeout, but probably not. Thank another one of our sponsors. Tonight's game is brought to you by John Maddox. State Representative John Maddox, representing Polk, Scott, and Montgomery County, helping bring this broadcast to you today. Thank him for his service at Little Rock, getting lots of stuff done for the residents of Polk County. Hand off to Jaden Felix, and boy, he spins out of it, heads up field, and at least gets back to the line of scrimmage.
You just had a total bust by your right guard. I believe it was right guard, and Felix just had the strength to bust out of that. And
wow. Will not be denied right there. Going to be 3rd and 10. Bearcats have been able to generate a little bit on the ground here, but just not much.
You pick up a block. I believe that was 64 that just came through untouched.
You got Mason Brotherton lined up tight as well as Sam Eford. Sam's into the pattern. They cross together. Mason Brotherton goes to the outside, gets tangled up.
And they're not going to call that.
Not really sure how you don't. Was he, Maybe just you get your feet tangled up right there. It's 4th and 11. Bearcats definitely going for it here. 4th and 11, 4:57 left here in the 3rd quarter.
And again, we've moved the ball down the field, Clint, and we're inside the 20-yard line and just can't make things happen.
But quite honestly, as that field shortens, your options close down if you're an exclusive passing team, and it looks like we've turned into that. Max Montgomery drops back. He's got pressure in his face again, tries to throw it into the corner. He had to put that up. Tries to lay it in there in the corner, and Gavin Hooper not able to come down with it, intercepted in the end zone. 4:51.
Would like to have seen Gavin go up and fight for that just a little harder, but we've got to do a better job on the line of scrimmage. We're still letting too many things through.
It's tough. Max is standing in there and firing the ball. That one, is one of those he probably doesn't let go of if it wasn't 4th down. But 4:51 left here in the 3rd quarter. Booneville hands up the middle there. Going to be a big gain of about 5. Booneville will take that all day.
Yeah, that's what their offense is geared for. You pick up 3 to 5 yards on 1st down and make it tough on the defense here.
2nd and 6. 4:29 left. Tonight's game is brought to you in part by Nidec Motors. Nidec, all for dreams.
That was a good defensive stop right there. Only able to pick up about 2 yards right there, Clint, and good interior play by Mena.
Get at least back on schedule as far as this is concerned. So you got a big 3rd and 3 here. Got a chance for a stop by the Mena Bearcats. Lots of big things going on at Nidec Motors. You're working on the hybrid drive system for John Deere, and it's not the old day Nidec Motors anymore. Option out to the right, and looks like going to be very close. They're waving it forward without even a measurement.
Just got it.
Wow.
You can't give up that 1st down 5 yards.
It was right there, really well played. You had that 5-6 yard gain on 1st down. You're right, Anthony. Booneville in tight. Flex bone option. At this time they reverse it. This has been deadly for Booneville. Again, he's in secondary, and that they've just ran that at will against us.
And that little wingback can't be more than 120 pounds, Clint.
Tiny. Boy, they sure seem like they can run, though. Booneville into Mena territory. First and 10, 3:05 left in the third quarter.
We need a turnover here, Clint.
Option to the right side, got a fullback dive. Gain of about 8 on the play, and this is that point in the game that Booneville wants to get to, and they think they've got you worn out. Of course, after that flurry of points at the very beginning of the – it seemed like we looked up and there was still 8 minutes left in the first quarter, and Booneville was already ahead 21-0. Right wing goes into motion. Booneville's a no-huddle look this year, so they got plenty of time on the play clock. They get up there in a hurry. It's a busted play. He goes the wrong direction. It was blocked the other direction. So that's nice. That gets it to a third down, so you got a chance for a stop here. It's a lost yardage play here for the Bearcats. Brings it to 3rd and 4.
But you had a good interior push again on that play.
Absolutely. Minute
aided
48.
a little bit by the quarterback turning the wrong way or the running back going the wrong way, but it almost looked like he was wanting to reverse out and come out the backside.
Gets a pitch. Ball's on the ground, and it looks like Booneville came up with it. Unbelievable. Ball pops forward.
We have had a lot of those that we've caught fumbles on as the year's gone on here, Clinton. Just the inability.
It has not been our year to come up with the turnover. That was Harding, wasn't it? They put 6 on the ground?
Yes. We came up with 1.
1.
And Hot Springs put it on the ground 4 times. And
they really did, didn't they?
And we only came up with 1.
I don't remember how many, but I'll take your word for it.
It was 3 or 4.
Because all my stats are wrong. Everybody knows it already. Minute 11 here in the third quarter. Scores 36-12. Again, that reverse, and it's not as we actually slowed it down. It's going to still be a gain, but not much. Gain of about 3. Going to bring up 2nd and 7.
They try to do that little reverse action, flow to the left there, and then
it's really a counter, isn't it?
More of a counter.
It comes after the option look going one way, and then there's counter coming back.
Folds it back in with that wing back coming back in.
They walk back, and now Booneville in this no huddle look. They do another call after seeing how the Bearcats are lining up. Quarterback keeps and follows it. Gain of 3 on the play, going to be 3rd and 5. Booneville for them is really in 4-down territory.
They're going to let the quarter run out here, Clint.
They're going to let the quarter run out. So at the end of the third quarter, the score is 36-12. Booneville Bearcats leading Mena.
Well, you better, before we run out of time in this fourth quarter, you got the
University. I'd like to thank another one of our sponsors, University of Arkansas at Rich Mountain, home of 6 locations to serve you. Lots of great things going on at Rich Mountain, University of Arkansas at Rich Mountain. Continue your educational opportunities right here in Polk County. Lots of great things going on out there, and know they're getting ready for a cross-country meet coming up. I don't know if that's this weekend or we know somebody over there that probably does know, but I don't want to ask him.
He may be live on the air right now.
Probably is. 12 minutes left to go in this game tonight. I don't like it when Phillip thinks he knows more than me. Scores 36-12, Mena trailing Booneville. Doesn't look like it on the scoreboard, but this has been a hard-fought game. Option out to the outside. Looks like the Bearcats string it out and just can't come up with the stop. Unbelievable.
Had them stop for a loss there.
Yes.
Strung it out just how you design that.
They look so fast. You know, nobody else has made us look this slow. Harding Academy is ranked higher than Booneville. You're looking, the Bearcats have played the number 1 and the number 3 ranked 3A football team. This has been a extremely tough preseason out of conference schedule here for the Bearcats. Caleb Peters plays that thing really well, pretty well. It's just he got pushed back a little too far.
Well, he was being held right there, Clint, on that outside. They were late
substitution violation.
Late substitution, trying to get Connor in the game for Twigs. And
tonight's game is being brought to you in part by Mena Ford. This penalty recap brought to you by Anthony Eford himself at Mena Ford. For a look at the complete Ford lineup, go see Anthony and the folks on Highway 71 North in Mena.
See if we can't get some pressure here and get a stop.
First and goal on the 3-yard line. Handoff to the tailback to the right side.
Going to be short.
Bring up second and goal.
They're catching us when we kind of shift a little bit and then kind of taking advantage of that, aren't they, Clint?
It looks like it. 10-13 left to go in the ball game. Score is 36-13. (36-12). Again, giving it to the fullback, and it looks like he's in, and he is. Brings the score to 42-12.
It just looks, Booneville's just a well-oiled machine right here, Clint.
They have definitely brought it on the offensive side of the football field, definitely. Tonight's game is brought to you by Union Bank of Mena, Mena's only locally owned bank. Hometown banking at its best. 9:52 left to go in the game, and we've been all Booneville here in the second half. Bearcats again able to move it between the 20s at will, really, and then they just cannot punch it in. They've got to generate some sort of ground game maybe.
Somehow or another, the only way we've been able to really bust it loose is bust that big play. And we've moved the ball all the way down the field, and then when we get inside the 20 to the 15 to the 12, then the defense gets a little tougher to dissect.
Seems like offensively we're getting a step closer. We're moving the ball now. You know, I mean, that's something that we haven't seen on a consistent basis in the first part of the season here, and seems like the Bearcats have found the ticket as far as moving the ball. He's got to come up with a way to punch it in.
And Austin Rose going to catch the ball.
Austin Rose fields it. Sam Eford, good-looking block right there, and he gets slung down. Wow. It's okay for him to sling him down. The referee just tells him, settle down. Bearcats take over at the 35-yard line. 9:44 left to go in the game.
Going to have good field position to start their first drive in the fourth quarter here, Clint.
Touching it for the – that was a long Booneville drive, wasn't
it? They milked a lot of clock off.
Mm-hmm. Running that no huddle, but they went deep in the play clock every time. Max Montgomery on the scramble there. Looks like he's going to get out of bounds. Maybe a gain of about 1 or 2 on the play.
They're going to give him about 1.
But whenever they're running for their life like that, that looks like a 4-go route, ran all Georgia all the way across. And just you got a 5-step drop. And offensive line did a decent job, but you just kind of running into the teeth of this cover 4. And I know they're trying to make something happen here, but you're trailing 31 points. Quick throw out to the outside, and that's something that we can do. Jacob Flemings.
He may have got the first down right there on second effort, Clint.
It just
what
builds
a horrible
confidence.
Spot.
Oh, come on.
What a horrible spot.
Third and 1 here. That's just a terrible spot. Somebody came up behind me and yelled into the microphone. That wasn't me. Third and 1 here. Bearcats on their own 45 here. Hand off to Jaden Felix. Jaden gets loose into the secondary. Nice gain. Going to be enough for a first down.
And that's what happens when you get them spread out there and connect on a couple of them little short passes, and you're going to open up a good run game for your sophomore tailback fullback.
He really has been the main source of our running yardage has been Jaden. He's getting the tough yardage there between the tackles.
With Jake having to be, he's still over it very gingerly. Looks like it may be his hip, Clint.
Boy. Max Montgomery drops back to pass. This time throwing right, and it's picked off. We got a flag on the play.
Got 2 flags
Max
right
with
there.
That's tough. That's a third interception on the night. You're in one of those situations where you're just taking chances, throwing against the teeth of the defense. 8:18 left to go here in the ball game.
See if the referees can dissect what they're fixing to do.
Got to think that's going to be a hold.
You want to give us one more of our sponsors?
No.
Tonight's broadcast is being brought to you in part by Shelter Insurance Agent Talissa Montgomery. Talissa would love to see you and get your car, truck, SUV, boat, motorhome,
Moped.
It doesn't matter. She wants to insure it.
You're your prize show goat.
And tonight's broadcast being brought to you in part by Baywash Car Wash. At Baywash, we take pride in your ride.
Anthony enjoys that entirely too much.
They're going to mark it off against Booneville here. So there was a hold against Mena. So the interception stands, and then probably a personal foul against Booneville, which marked it back another 10 yards.
Be a handoff on the counter right here.
And he's finally going to call a hold.
Wow.
Been there all night long. Castor was getting mugged, and they're going to finally call a hold on that left tackle.
Boy, Caleb has just had the jersey just stretched out numerous times, and they call that one on Castor. Yeah, guy blocking Castor. Tonight's game is also brought to you by Union Bank of Mena, Mena's only locally owned bank, hometown banking at its best. Also like to thank the folks at Sterling Machine. Sterling Machine at home in Mena since 1973.
Sorry, we ain't streaming the broadcast to you tonight, Bob,
no,
so you
it's
can
terrible.
make fun of us.
Exactly. We were hoping to talk about Sterling Machine live on the air, but we got the Facebook crowd.
Great, great tackle there by Blake Castor. Fought off the initial block.
Exactly.
But, Booneville's pretty content right now just milking this clock off. They don't care if they give the ball back to us.
Looks like there's a penalty on the play. Mena's going to decline. Going to bring up 2nd and 17. .806 left to go in the ball game here. Bobby Wallace on the tackle.
That was
bring up 3rd and 17.
Bobby and Jordan Wallace right there. Or Jordan Wallace. Yep. I combined the two,
Brothers.
Bobby Wallace and Jordan Roberts.
7:40 left in the ball game. Joining us up here in the where are we at? Press box. The intrepid camera person, Haley Montgomery.
So defense, they gave up a couple yards right there. That's going to bring up 4th down and about 16 yards, 15 yards. They're going to try to milk this clock all the way down.
Which is that's good of them. I mean, they're not, didn't do like Harding. Unfortunately, we're talking about that just too much. This has been a tough preseason here for the Bearcats. Of course, it is a tough. I still think that the Hot Springs game was definitely a winnable one, and then you cramped your way out of the Harding game. But got a timeout on the play, 4th and 15.
Yeah, they ran that clock all the way down and then they called the timeout. But
6:43 left to go in the ball game. Booneville leading by a lot.
But the big story, Clint, is the Bearcats have only been able to put 12 points on the board, and they have been able to move the ball up and down the field, and just the inability to be able to punch it in.
Well, tonight they move the ball. Where we at next week?
Waldron.
At Waldron.
You got the sighting of a Travis Threlkill back here in the quarterback spot.
Absolutely. There is a Travis sighting. With that, let's thank one of our sponsors, Arvest Wealth Management.
Oh, Big Brother.
Big Brother. Go see Big Brother Christopher for any questions about 401k, IRA, stocks, bonds, annuities, or rollover. Grow and protect your wealth with Chris Threlkill. He's the guy on the block that gives out the big candy bars. The ultimate sign of success, Anthony.
The ultimate sign of success.
Big candy bars at Halloween. If you're just handing out candy bars, that's kind of weird, but I should have qualified that. You're handing out candy bars at Halloween. Jaden Felix rumbling off the field there. Boy, he's been a bright spot here tonight.
Yeah, he's really run the ball hard and between the tackles, and I don't know how many yards he's going to end up with here tonight, but you got 2 quarterbacks back here in the backfield right now.
Yep. Quick throw out to the outside. Just a bit outside, as Bob Euchre says.
Just a bit outside.
You did a better job than I did. 5:10 left to go in the ball game. Brennan Ains is watching, Todd. Todd's ignoring us, Brennan. Oh. I goofed that one up, too. 5:10 left to go. Quick punt by Austin Rose. Nice looking one that time.
Yep, like we said,
He
that's
does.
just the second punt tonight, Clint.
It is. It's right. You're right. Bearcats have moved the ball really well, and you think about it. You're getting down there in the end zone, and this will go down as a 3-interception game, but you're really at a point where you just got to take those chances. Once you get behind like that, Max has got to push it. He's been really good as far as being careful with the ball because we've been throwing a lot of difficult routes. And tonight was a lot better as far as being able to get the ball loose on the outside and find those open spots. Really, Jacob Flemings, to me, is a story. I mean, I know we've had big plays by lots of other players too as well, but it's nice to have Jacob Flemings not only arrive, but arrive in a big way, really.
So you got just about everybody trying to get in here, and this probably going to be the final drive if Booneville does their normal march it down the field here.
Hand off to the fullback. Lots of substitutions out there by both teams. Big gain of about 9 on the play. 4:50 left to go in the ball game. Second and 1. .430 left to go in the ball game. Thank another one of our sponsors, Gentry Chevrolet, wishing the Bearcats a healthy and winning season. Come see us in DeQueen for all your Chevy needs. Pickup and delivery is available for the Mena customers. Also like to thank Spitz Pallet, founded in 1949, serving customers throughout the South and Central U.S. for over 50 years. Produces quality hardwood, softwood, and plywood pallets. Wooden pallets. Smith Pallet is loading facilities for customer pickup, and they also offer delivery service via the company trucks. They even use their company truck. They're not borrowing yours. That's very good of them. Gain of about 7 on the play. Going to be flag.
He just carried the tackle all the way through out of bounds, and he didn't have any idea where he was on the field. And you got some guys that aren't getting normal playing time out there right now, Clint. And
excited to be out there.
Excited to be out there, wanting to make a play.
Out of bounds stops the clock at 3:59. Also like to thank Don's Easy Pay, family-owned business for 38 years. They offer retail, rent-to-own, and 120 days, same as cash. You can read the rest of it, Haley.
They carry all major brands of furniture, appliance, and electronics, and are a self-serving dealer. And do all the appliance work. Come to one of our 6 stores that serve 13 counties. Look for our new store in Booneville, Arkansas in 2021.
I think she did a lot better job than me.
She can actually read.
That's right. Just sound it out.
Hooked on phonics worked for her.
.329 left here. So heading to Waldron, you're looking to get healthy. And been kind of a series dominated by the Bearcats here lately.
That was a good tackle by, couldn't tell who that is, number 3 for the Bearcats. Going to be about 3rd and 4 here, Clint.
3rd and 4 with 2:57 left. Bearcats are trailing by a lot. We don't need to go into how much, do we, Ellie?
No.
It's a moot point.
As long as we can keep that horn from blowing again. Toss sweep out to the left. Booneville pressuring the outside, finally getting taken down at about the – looks like they're going to call him out at about the 8-yard line.
Yeah, he stepped out there. Well, depends on which one's marking it. That was old Cody Bowmeyer, another one of the sets of brothers that are on this Bearcat football team.
Well, 3 sets of brothers, right?
3 sets. You got the Brothertons, and you got the Bowmeyers, and you got the Little Leafords.
.233 left to go in the ball game. 1st and goal. If they're going to take a knee. Pretty classy right there because this will be a turnover on downs. There's not enough time to run it all the way out, but they may end up slowing down the play clock and making it happen, but they will end up turning it over to Mena. This is a long matchup here between the Booneville and Mena.
It's been quite a few years since the last matchup with Booneville and Mena.
It really has, and this one was picked up because of the COVID. You dropped Subiaco, and evidently COVID is worse at Subiaco than it is everywhere else. They decided to cancel the season, and ended up picking up Booneville. Minute 39 left to go.
So the Bearcats are going to start the year with a 1-3 start, which is not what anybody had envisioned for this Bearcat squad.
No, you really didn't. It's really kind of you say it's kind of a question of finding your offensive identity in a way, and then I think we might have found it here tonight. Of course, you only generated 12 points. You're going to have to find a way to finish, but at least we found a consistent way to move the ball.
We've got to keep our offensive line healthy, and that's where we struggled really big tonight is not being able to I think they'll try
that really was. You know, you think about it, it's tough because you're not being able to generate any kind of a running game, and Booneville really sold out to stop the pass, and you thought, at that point in time, you thought that you could get some bigger runs inside the tackles. Of course, losing Jake Wiles doesn't help.
But they covered him up pretty good.
Yeah, they did. Booneville again is going to take a knee here, and once again, folks, we really do apologize. We were not able to get the signal out tonight, and be able to get out to you live, but you'll be able to watch the recording on the Bearcat Foundation YouTube channel, and the game will be brought to you in Waldron. We know we can get out of there. We've done it many a times.
And
this is really the first time we've been here, hasn't it, Anthony?
As a squad for our group,
yep.
We've never come to Bearcats Stadium here in Booneville. We came here when Pee Wee, 3rd grade through.
Yep.
But that was just 2 years.
Yes, it was. Absolutely rough. Rough here tonight. It wasn't very friendly, but great